Hey y'all, good morning. My name is Judah Soul, and I'm half the Kick Awesome team behind Fresh Look Photography, where we specialize in bringing love, laughter, and so much joy to anybody that we can get in front of our camera. Today's video, we are focusing on a few tips for how you can be a better photographer. And I wish I had a fairy wand that I could just wave over you and be like, poof, you're amazing. If anybody finds that, give it to me because I need that too, okay? But today we've got 5 tips for how you can be a better photographer. Tip number 1, be patient. This is a marathon, not a sprint, all right? I think that a lot of us, we have this mentality of, I want to be amazing at it right now. At least I do. And it's hard because as with anything that takes time and effort and energy, you have to devote the time and the space in order to be a better photographer or better at anything really. But in this case, taking that time, be patient, give yourself grace, because while you may not be good at it today or maybe even tomorrow or next week, I promise if you keep practicing, you will get better. Tip number 2, get feedback. All right, so I know mom is our best cheerleader. My mom, Melody, she's so wonderful and I love her. Love you, Nana. And she thinks that everything that I touch is gold and every picture that I produce is the best one ever. And that's great. Everybody needs people like that in our corner. You know, our friends, our family, our spouses, our kids, they all think that we are the bee's knees. However, if you only ever have people tell you how amazing you are and how wonderful your picture is, you're never going to grow. So one of the best things you can do is get some feedback on your images. So I know it sounds a little intimidating, but a little creative, constructive criticism is not a bad thing. Now, when I say criticism, we're using that term loosely, all right? We want to make sure that we are getting criticism, or we're getting the best thing to help us. And that doesn't mean somebody looking at your picture and saying, oh, that's a terrible picture. Well, that's not a bad opinion, but tell me why. Is the lighting off? Is the focus soft? Did you miss your focal point? Should the lighting be better, worse, whatever? Start to look at images. When you have someone critique your work, hopefully they will look at your image and say, this is a great picture because. This is a picture that could use some improvement because. All right, so get some feedback. It takes a little bit of thick skin, but don't worry about it. It's because people want you to be better. All right, niche down is the third one. So what makes your heart happy? When it comes to taking pictures, what are the pictures that you take and you're like, oh my God, yes. For me, that's weddings and couples. I just love working with people. I love love. It's super gay, but I love love. And I am so happy when I get to work with 2 people who love each other and we get to document the most beautiful day of their life, one of the most beautiful days of their life. And so when we're doing that, my pictures come out better. I don't know why, but they do. All right, so when it comes to pictures that you take, what makes you happy? Is it landscape? Is it architecture? Is it pets? Is it people? Is it horses? Really spend some time thinking about what you like to photograph and then start spending more time, because I guarantee niching down, you'll be able to create much more amazing images. Join a photography group is number 4. Whether it's online or in person, surrounding yourself with people who geek out about the same things you do is so helpful. Plus, it's an awesome way where you can go and surround yourself with like-minded people and ask questions and get feedback and say, hey, what do you guys think about this? Or have you seen the reviews for this new piece of gear that I'm thinking about looking at? Last but not least, number 5, limit yourself. And this sounds counterproductive, but when you take away options, it forces you to be more creative. So for me, when we go on vacation, I limit myself by bringing 1 camera and 1 lens. And typically that 1 lens is the 50 millimeter. Occasionally I'll take the 24 to 70 zoom lens, but I really love a good prime lens. And having that 1 lens, that 50 millimeter lens that I love so much, challenges you because you can only get so close or get so far away before you can't get the picture that you want. So it forces you to be a little more creative and think about, all right, well, I can't get this picture that I had in my mind. What else can I do? All right. Other ways you can limit yourself: only take 24 pictures. Go on an outing and pretend like you have a roll of film, which is 24 exposures, and you only get to take 24 pictures, whether they're good, whether they're bad. 24. Other ways you can limit yourself are only shoot at one f-stop all day, only shoot things that are a particular color, only have a particular focal length, like that 50 millimeter lens we were talking about. So limit yourself. All right, those are my 5 tips for improving as a photographer. Number 1, be patient. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Number 2, get feedback. Your mom is awesome, but you need constructive criticism. Number 3, niche down. What really makes your heart happy? Number 4, join a photography group, whether it's in person or online. And number 5, limit yourself. How can limiting yourself make you stretch yourself creatively? Those are my tips. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Until then, I'll see you then. Bye.